Hey, welcome to eBay Open 2024. I'm William Zhang, the streetwear category lead, and I'm psyched to present Elevating Your Game in Streetwear. In this eBay Open session, we'll discuss trending brands to be on the lookout for, the streetwear customer demographic, and some incredible product features that are coming down the pike to help our customers easily browse and discover clothing that they'll love. I'm here to talk to you about how to attract Gen Z consumers by stocking the right streetwear inventory. We'll kickstart our conversation with a streetwear overview. What is it? Then we'll move into category trends. Think top brands and top subcategories. Next, we'll move on to Authenticity Guarantee and Sort of Logo. And finally, I will talk about what our fashion product teams are working on to help make eBay the best place to shop for streetwear and fashion. To kick off the presentation, I would love to explain exactly what we mean when we say streetwear and what drives category growth. eBay defines streetwear as items from specific brands, and we bucket those brands into three distinct categories. We have hype brands like Aimé Leon Dore, Palace, and Supreme, who release limited product drops a few times a year, with some of these coveted items fetching high resale prices. Then there's luxury brands. These brands are known for their high price points, elevated design, and quality. They are brands that have cemented themselves as anchor points in high fashion and are regarded by consumers as the gold standard. These brands, such as Fendi, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton, have caught on to streetwear and are starting to release products that cater to a younger, fashion enthusiast audience. Finally, there are mass brands. As the name suggests, these brands have mass appeal and are staples in the streetwear consumers' closets. They occasionally release collaborations with up-and-coming fashion and streetwear brands to help build their brand equity and to get in on the limited release game. Of course, the full list of streetwear brands grows by the day, and with new brands and some legacy brands gaining relevance in the fashion zeitgeist. At eBay, we recognize that no two people have the same personal style, and we launched streetwear as a category to help customers express their individualism and unique preferences for specific styles and brands. We've got our eye on Gen Z, a demographic who values cultural authenticity, personal style, and trending brands. In a world of ever-shifting trends and where every brand, old or new, has a shot at being in the spotlight of cultural relevance, eBay is here to help our sellers navigate the landscape. If you've been in the apparel selling game long enough, you probably remember the brand Ed Hardy, which was popular in the 2000s. With a new wave of interest in the Y2K aesthetic, Ed Hardy has seen year-over-year sales growth of over 10% in the first half of 2024. We want to make it easier for customers to discover the unique finds in your eBay stores. We launched the streetwear category for a number of reasons. The first one I'll talk about is the high resale value for streetwear collaborations. Streetwear is famous for its collaborations between high-profile designers, celebrities, and even non-fashion brands. These collaborations are often highly anticipated and create a sense of exclusivity and hype that is attractive to Gen Z shoppers and the sellers who are able to get their hands on this exclusive inventory. These collaborations help revitalize legacy brands by exposing those brands to new audiences. Next, I'll talk about some of the synergies that exist between streetwear and other categories at eBay. Streetwear enthusiast buyers aren't just shopping for apparel. They have a high cross-shopping rate. For every $1 an eBay customer spends on streetwear, they spend about $5 on other categories, which is good news if you're a seller with many types of items in your eBay store. Streetwear also represents an opportunity for eBay to attract and retain a Gen Z customer. Strategy and, a report published by management consulting firm PwC, estimates that 60% of streetwear buyers are under the age of 25. Time to get into the data. I'll share some of the selling trends within streetwear to help you make sure you're on the lookout for these items as you do your sourcing. As we deep dive into the streetwear results, certain subcategories have emerged as frontrunners this year. Let's highlight these areas to help give you insight into what types of inventory you should source. First, product categories. Men's activewear, men's shirts, hats, sunglasses, and men's outerwear are our top subcategories within streetwear year to date. Now, the top brands that drove the highest sales: Adidas, Burberry, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Supreme, Nike, and Versace drove the largest share of growth. Finally, price buckets. While clothing under $100 is an important price tranche in the category, we're seeing that the highest growth rate is in $200 and $500 price tranche, which we attribute to our AG program. We launched Authenticity Guarantee, AG, for streetwear about a year ago. I'm excited to share some information about how it works, as well as how we will leverage Certilogo technology to shape the future of authentication at eBay. Authenticity Guarantee gives our sellers and buyers peace of mind on their luxury apparel streetwear transactions. AG-eligible streetwear items are shipped to our facility, where each item is hand authenticated by eBay-employed experts to guarantee that the item is legit. This protects sellers from the bad actors who report not receiving an item despite the seller sending it, or bad actors who fraudulently return a wrong item in place of the purchased item. Buyers and sellers alike have been enjoying the peace of mind the program offers them. We want to make sure that both buyers and sellers trust eBay with high price point clothing items, so any item above $200 from an eligible brand will go through our AG program after the item sells. The seller ships the item to our AG facility, where our in-house team checks the item for authenticity and item condition before forwarding the item to the buyer. We're also excited to announce Authenticated by Certilogo badging on eligible listings. Certilogo is an eBay-owned technology platform that empowers individuals to be able to authenticate items simply by scanning a QR code. Certilogo partners with luxury and fashion brands to embed a physical tag sewn in during the garment manufacturing process. In addition to offering authentication services, we're taking it to the next level at eBay by enabling a Resell on eBay button that we've piloted and launched with the brand Save the Duck. We want to make listing items with Certilogo tags much easier by pre-filling important listing information, which saves sellers time. And by adding the Authenticated by Certilogo badging on the listing, it gives buyers peace of mind that what they're buying is the real deal. We've only just started with Save the Duck and hope to roll this out to many more brands to come. Fashion and streetwear customers need to feel inspired to make a purchase. They want to browse and pick between many options before making a purchasing decision. We've made a number of exciting product advancements, some of which use AI to make better, more relevant recommendations to customers who are looking to make their next fashion purchase. We've got the Explore page, which allows customers to browse curated items by aesthetic. We're leveraging AI technology to make fashion recommendations by stringing together like items and showing those curations to relevant customers. And the new Fashion homepage, which serves as a one-stop shop to help customers find their full outfit. The best experience of this page is on the app, so make sure you have your eBay app downloaded and look for the button at the top of the screen that says Fashion. We're launching a simplified listing flow to help reduce the amount of time you spend creating listings and to make sure we're highlighting the aspects that give your item the best chance at selling. eBay Live brings your eBay store to life through a live shopping experience. Think QVC updated for modern times. And finally, Shop the Look. Shop the Look uses AI to generate relevant outfits for inspired browsing. Customers can shop listings that match items in these looks. We have a lot of exciting momentum in the streetwear business, and it's thanks to sellers like you that make it all possible. We're working hard to prioritize the right product features to help buyers more easily discover your listings, and we're revitalizing the look and feel of eBay fashion to make it even more relevant to a younger audience. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you found these insights helpful and are as excited as I am about the future of streetwear and fashion on eBay. Stay tuned for my conversation with Ken from the Hustle Bee, and after that, our live Q&A. Thank you. Now we're joined by Ken from the Hustle Bee to talk about elevating your game in streetwear from a seller perspective. Ken,
Hey,
nice to see you.
thank you,
How's
thank
it
you.
going?
Appreciate you. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited for this chat.
Yeah. So how did you get started as an eBay seller?
So we started about 7 years ago.
Okay.
Me and my wife, we run the business in our house. We have the beehive. It's actually the basement of our house. So we have a 1,500 square foot basement that's just full of racks and shelves for sneakers and streetwear. So initially we started in a sneakers category. I've always been a sneakerhead in my life, but I've always found out that I have to get, the full fit, so
Totally. Yeah.
having a cool shoe, gotta have a cool fit.
Yeah.
And really realizing that there is a market and there's a business to be made with selling streetwear. So about 2 years ago, we start adding streetwear a lot to our inventory.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a great way to diversify your offering and also to stay true to your customer and all that. So
Exactly.
super cool.
Yeah. We want to be the one-stop shop on eBay,
Yeah.
right? Like I want to cater to the customers that want cool sneakers already,
Mhm.
and I always assume they want cool fit as well.
Yeah. And I think like a lot of outfits start from the shoes
Mhm.
and are built up. So
Exactly.
it makes a lot of sense to kind of like help your customers on that journey of picking their shoe and then finding clothes that go with whatever shoe they end up picking. too.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I guess like within streetwear, what are some of the like your favorite styles or brands? Do you have anything that
Yeah,
you
I
can
think
share?
for me is like I've always been, an older head collector. So, coming with the retros and sneakers, during that era, Nike ACG was still strong, and it's still going strong. I love the utility factor of it, the style. I've always been a believer that you can create your own style. What actually makes you feel good, right? I feel like fashion should be a reflection of what you want to express. So
Yeah.
streetwear really is that.
Yeah, it totally is. Streetwear is a great way for people to like express themselves personally. And I think like to your point, it's not just Nike. There's like different parts of Nike too.
Exactly.
Where it's like Nike Trail, ACG. And personally, like I'm a trail runner. I live in Northern California. We have beautiful trails out here. But I appreciate aesthetic. So
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna wear any old trail clothing.
Yeah.
I want trail clothes that fit my vibe, kind of like satisfy that like technical need for the clothing.
Exactly.
And yeah, so I'm always looking for different brands that help me express myself.
There you have
Pretty
it, for
cool.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So brand is a consideration and activity is a consideration as you curate your inventory, but are there any other aspects that you kind of consider as you bring together your eBay store?
I always go back to, what I always loved and what I always know. I think that's one of the things that is really special with having an eBay store. You can make it your own, truly what you want.
Yeah.
And I've always been a believer of making your passion your profession, and I think that's what kind of like what we've done. I love sneakers. I love having cool fits, but you cannot not pay attention to trends. There's definitely trends carried over by sports, carried by music. So, those are the things that I have to keep up to. And also, if I have the opportunity to buy those pieces, of course, those are the hot sellers for sure, especially on trending, new artists, hip hop, or athletes. Those are the things, especially recently, the Olympics. Man, I sold a lot of Olympic pieces for sure.
For sure, yeah. I think it's like streetwear enthusiasts want their style to be reflected by the clothing that they're wearing.
Exactly.
So there are so many different pockets of interest and niches, and these enthusiast buyers are looking for ways to express themselves. So that's a really big part of streetwear as well.
Yep.
In addition to kind of like expression, I think like streetwear has certain items that, can sell for quite a lot. And that's why at eBay we launched Authenticity Guarantees to make sure that our buyers, can feel comfortable and can rest assured that their item is real. How has your experience been with Authenticity Guarantee as a seller?
Authenticity Guarantee has been a game changer for sure. I have experienced it with sneakers and now experiencing it with streetwear. It's really cool. I mean, one of the things is buyer confidence. Buyers not getting fakes. That's for sure. I mean, I'm a buyer myself. When I'm spending a big amount of money, I don't want to get fakes.
Exactly.
So that has, really, boost the confidence of buyers buying from me. And it's not just me as a seller guaranteeing it. It is literally eBay doing it, right? So it is a third party that it's not just between me and the buyer. Also, the shipment. shipment has been more streamlined than ever because now we just have to, send it to the Authenticate Guarantee warehouse.
Yeah.
So it's been smooth. It's been good.
Yeah. Awesome to hear. Just thinking about, like, we've talked a lot about trends. We talked a lot about how you curate your inventory. We haven't talked about like what's doing well in your store in particular. Like, do you find that the trends like match what's selling well, or how do you think about that?
I think as a seller, we have a million options on how to, which brands to sell. And I've always go back to what is true and real to me, to the person that's running the business. It's funny we talk about authenticity guarantee, but I think sellers should be authentic to their real self, because when you truly care for the products you're selling, you're gonna research that, you're gonna love selling it, and you're gonna care about it. It's not just about the dollars. I feel like it's the connection that we build throughout selling, because the person is not just some random on the other side. It is a person spending their hard-earned money, and I want to gain their trust. I want to earn their business.
Yeah, I love that, and I can really feel your passion like coming through. And I think like it's so easy to forget that it's like two real people on either side of the screen,
Right.
and you're just like trying to connect with them
For sure.
by being your authentic self.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think great convo. Like, stick around for live Q&A, and thank you very much. Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.